अभी रिसेंटली ना the World Rhino Day was celebrated on 22nd September and a report was also published, 2024 State of Rhino Report. तो पहले who publishes this report? State of Rhino Report is being published by International Rhino Foundation. What did it found? It found that all over the world 28,000 rhinos exist. So there are 5 species globally. India में one horn rhino मिलता है, but globally there are 5 species of rhino. All of them combined together, their population is around 28,000. And देखो, this number is not consistently going up or consistently going down. You will see numbers have kept on fluctuating. This number was in 2007 24,000, then became 27,000. 2012 tak it reached 29,000. Then it has started coming down. In from 2022 we again see a increase in number. So roughly 28,000 rhinos are there globally. Now इंडिया में जो राइनो मिलता है that is Great Indian One Horned Rhino. Preliminary examination में they have asked questions on this regularly. तो देखो 28,000 is the population of all 5 rhinos. Though the Great One Horned Rhino, Great Indian One Horned Rhino, rhino which is found in India, its total global population is 4,000. It is found only in 3 countries, India, Nepal, और वही ना क्या होता है, इंडिया से भूटान में कुछ पॉपुलेशन माइग्रेट करता रहता है या बीच बीच में जाता रहता है, तो समटाइम्स आल्सो इन भूटान. Great one-horned rhino is only found in these 3 places. Its IUCN status is vulnerable. Earlier it used to be endangered, but as its population has increased, its threat level has been reduced. So it is the 5th largest animal in the world. देखो, इससे बड़े सिर्फ 4 बड़े एनिमल्स हैं. 3 of them are elephants. 3 of them are elephants. 1 is rhino. So we have African bush elephant, Asian elephant, African forest elephant. These 3 of the land animals, these 3 elephants are bigger than one-horned rhino, and then white rhino. White rhino is a species of rhino found in Africa. These are the only 4 species on earth which are bigger than अपना one-horned rhino. वो हम हिप्पोपोटामस वगैरह देखते हैं और हम सोच लेते हैं कि they may be bigger, but no, rhinos are bigger than them. Got it? At least this one-horned rhino is bigger than them. Now, main threats which rhino or one-horned rhino is facing, one is poaching. Why does poaching happens? It primarily happens because of its horn. Its horn is in a lot of demand in Asian countries. They think that it has medicinal properties. Scientists have proved that it doesn't have any medicinal properties, but in their traditional medicines, the traditional Chinese medicine have used rhino horns ka powder and all for medicine, and thus it is killed, its horns are removed and they are smuggled. It is the primary reason for which it is killed. Then habitat loss, fragmentation of habitat, these are some other challenges that rhino faces. In the past, in India, you will see it ranged in the entire Indo-Gangetic plain. Look, Indus Ganga plain mein, Brahmaputra plain mein, it was found all over the country. But now its population, but eventually its population reduced a lot. You will see that it came down to 200 in the early 1990s. Currently the population is 4,000, but one-horned rhino ka population India may reach to as low as only 200. But over the years, the population have improved. Only in Assam we have 2,500 plus rhino. India has 3,000 plus rhino. Globally we have 4,000 rhinos. Rhino here, what I mean, one-horned rhino. I'm talking about one-horned rhino. Overall, so we have 28,000 rhinos. One-horned rhino, great one-horned rhino is 4,000, 3,000 plus in India, 2,500 only in Assam. Now, which are the places where they are found? Kaziranga National Park, Pobitaro Wildlife Sanctuary, Orang National Park, Manas National Park. 4 places in Assam, 2 in West Bengal, Jaldapada National Park and Gorumara National Park, and 1 in Uttar Pradesh, Dudhwa National Park. These are the only 7 places in India where they are found. Right? So I hope अब one-horned rhino पे कोई question आता है objective में, preliminary examination में, you will be comfortably able to answer it. Abhi, at least by after 1 or 2 revisions, you will understand everything about it. IUCN status vulnerable है, 5th largest animal है इंडिया में. These are the only 7 places where it is found. तो स्टेट वाइज असम में मिलता है, वेस्ट बंगाल में मिलता है और उत्तर प्रदेश में मिल रहा है. These are the only 7 protected areas where they are found. Now, in order to improve the population of rhino, India ran a program in Indian Rhino Vision 2020. This program got completed in 2021. Target was that we will double the population of rhino in the country, first, and second, rhino would be spread to all the 7 protected areas in Assam. In 2021, when the program got over, it was able to achieve the first target. The rhinos total population had reached around 3,000. But the second target was not achieved. The plan to spread Rhino unicornis across 7 protected areas of Assam did not materialize. Even today, it is found in only 4 protected areas of Assam. So that plan could not be materialized, could not be effectively done. This program was not a domestic program. You will see यहाँ पे Government of Assam, International Rhino Foundation. International Rhino Foundation is the same body which just released the 2024 Rhino Report. हमने भी 2024 राइनो रिपोर्ट उसके बारे में और भी चीजें पढ़ेंगे. इंटरनेशनल राइनो फाउंडेशन इज दैट बॉडी. वर्ल्ड वाइल्ड लाइफ फंड फॉर नेचर, बोडोलैंड टेरिटोरियल काउंसिल, यूएस फिश एंड वाइल्ड लाइफ सर्विसेज. So there were many bodies which were involved in the Indian Rhino Vision 2020. So this project has been completed now, please understand. But this has been a successful project, and when I was reading the 2024 Rhino report, उसमें भी they had mentioned about the success of this project, and that's why earlier I had planned कि अब इस project को मैं note से निकाल दूंगा. But because in the latest report also they have discussed about the project, so I have included the Rhino Vision 2020 in the report here. Now, World Rhino Day 22nd September को celebrate होता है, ठीक है. These are the 5 species of rhino, global 5 species of rhino. This we have just studied, great one-horned rhino. There are 2 rhino, white and black, found in Africa. White rhino and black rhino. These are the 2 rhino species which are found where? In Africa. Great one-horned rhino, Javan rhino and Sumatran rhino. Where are they found? Asia. Look at their population. ये 3 तो ठीक है. Javan and Sumatran, 50s, 30, 40. In the past, these rhinos, Javan rhino, Sumatran rhino, were also found in India. They have now regionally become extinct from India. They are extinct from India. They're only found here, and जो situation चल रहा है, they may become extinct there also. State of the Rhino 2024. Let us study about these rhinos a bit. ज़्यादा नहीं, दो चार लाइन सबके बारे में, so that we have clarity over the rhino population of the world. तो पहले there are 2 rhinos of Africa, the white rhino and the black rhino. Easy है, white rhino, black rhino. You may think that सर ये सब जानना बहुत मुश्किल है, but नहीं. Please understand. White rhino, black rhino, अफ्रीका का. one-horned rhino, इंडिया में. जावन सुमत्रन, जावा सुमत्रा कहाँ है? इंडोनेशिया में आइलैंड्स है. जावन सुमत्रन rhino are from there. So it's easy. These 3 from Asia, those 2 from Africa. अब इसमें white rhino, it is the most common rhino in the world. Of the 28,000 rhino individuals that we have, 17,000 belong to white rhino. So this is the most populous of the rhino species. Of the 5 species, सबसे ज़्यादा population white rhino की है. Now, this species has also made an incredible comeback. You will see its population had once reduced to 100, and then by 2012, because of various efforts, it reached around 21,000. Since then, population has reduced. Currently, population is 17,000, indicating कि 2012 के situation से population has come down. But this is the rhino which is known for the best comeback. सिर्फ 100 बच गए थे. Now there are 21,000 found in 11 different countries of Africa. Now, of this rhino has 2 subpopulation. White rhino has 2 subpopulation, southern white rhino and northern white rhino. अब नॉर्दर्न व्हाइट राइनो जो है ना, व्हाइट राइनो के ही सब स्पीसीज है. सदर्न व्हाइट राइनो कंडीशन इज गुड, नियर थ्रेटेंड या लीस्ट कंसर्न्ड है. बट जो नॉर्दर्न व्हाइट राइनो है ना, इट इज फंक्शनली एक्सटिंक्ट. Why are we saying that northern white rhino is functionally extinct? Because only 2 females are left. The last male of this subspecies was named Sudan, and it died in 2018. वो सुडान से वो स्पर्म वगैरह स्टोर करके रखा है इन्होंने, इन फ्यूचर आईवीएफ वगैरह कर पाए, बट बोथ द फीमेल्स आर नॉट इन अ पोजिशन टू reproduce. They have not been able to successfully do that. So because only 2 females are left, those 2 females are also eventually going to die, and then this subspecies of northern white rhino is going to become extinct. I remember 2018 में सूडान के बारे में पढ़ाना, मैं उस टाइम पढ़ाना शुरू कर चुका था. Even Sudan had died, it was a big news. Another rhino species which is kind of becoming extinct. तो वैसे white rhino is, its population is good, but उसमें there are two subspecies, northern and southern. The northern one is facing challenge. It has become functionally extinct. Got it? Comfortable? Now black rhino. अब देखो इसका व्हाइट राइनो का सिचुएशन क्या था? नियर थ्रेटेड. Its population is good. It's known for a big comeback from 100 to 21,000 to 17,000. Number is good. Black rhino is critically endangered. Come here. Black rhino is critically endangered. We understand this. Near threatened, least concerned, near threatened, vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered. We have studied these terms. We understand the meaning of these terms. Okay, देखो, a species, for those of you who are new, a species may be extinct, like that is, it has been wiped out, or it may be extinct in wild. It has been wiped out from in wild, but is available in zoo and all. Then next level of high level of threat is critically endangered. It is very close to extinction. Endangered, a bit less close. Vulnerable to extinction. These 3 categories, vulnerable, endangered, and critically endangered categories, are called threatened categories. If a species is threatened by extinction, it will be either vulnerable, endangered, or critically endangered. Then threatened से पहले होता है near threatened. It's not threatened, but it may become threatened if proper steps are not taken. So this is near threatened. इसके बाद होता है least concern. Like this species is doing very well. We don't have to worry. It's not going to become extinct. It's not moving towards extinction. Those are least concerned. So where is it? Black rhino, critically endangered. Now, one bacha is asking why black rhino is critically endangered when its population is around 6,000. Because beta, there can be many criteria for declaring a species to be. A species population can be 1 billion and still it can be critically endangered. Population is just one criteria. If a species has lost more than 90% of its population in last 3 generations, it is critically endangered no matter how much its population is. So a lot of factors are there. हम जनवरी फरवरी में जब बायोडाइवर्सिटी डिटेल में पढ़ रहे हो, अभी हम करंट पढ़ रहे हैं, जब हम बायोडाइवर्सिटी डिटेल में पढ़ रहे होंगे, देयर विल अंडरस्टैंड द एग्जैक्ट मीनिंग ऑफ ईच ऑफ दीज टर्म्स, द क्राइटेरिया आपको ज्यादा समझ में आया. बट देयर आर 5 डिफरेंट क्राइटेरियाज बेस्ड ऑन व्हिच एन एनिमल मे बी डिक्लेयर्ड क्रिटिकली एंडेंजर्ड. Population wala is one criteria. If your population is less than 50, then you are critically endangered, no matter what. That is one criteria. But even if your population is 1 lakh, you may be critically endangered because you may be satisfying any of the remaining 4 criteria. Okay. Savyasakshi, I hope I have answered your question. How to learn IUCN status? You don't have to learn IUCN status. You do not have to learn IUCN status. Just keep on revising these things again and again, and you will understand. Moreover, in February, in January मैं science पढ़ाऊंगा, February में from 20th January to mid February, I plan to cover environment. There we will study species वैसे कि ये critically endangered है, ये endangered है. तो आपको ना वहां भी याद नहीं करना है. क्या होगा ना, बिकॉज यू विल स्टडी इट इन वन ग्रुप ऑफ एंडेंजर्ड स्पीसीज, यू विल बी रफली एबल टू रिकॉल कि यार टाइगर, लायन, एलिफेंट, ये सब तो मैंने एंडेंजर्ड वाले ग्रुप में पढ़े थे। लेपर्ड, हम सारे लेपर्ड देखें, इंडिया में 3 लेपर्ड स्पीसीज, ऑल ऑफ देम आर वल्नरेबल, तो विल स्टडी इट देयर। ओके, तो कम बैक, तो व्हाइट राइनो वी अंडरस्टूड, व्हाइट राइनो का वन सब स्पीसीज क्रिएटिंग प्रॉब्लम। वन हॉर्न राइनो वी हैव स्टडीड, इंडिया में है, वल्नरेबल है। लेट्स टॉक अबाउट ब्लैक राइनो। ब्लैक राइनो, सॉरी, ब्लैक राइनो इज फाउंड वेयर? अफ्रीका, population around 6,000. In 1960s its population was around 1 lakh. अब देखो 1 लाख से 6,000 पे आना, मोर देन 90% पॉपुलेशन रिडक्शन हुआ है इन लास्ट 3 जनरेशन और सो। तो इन स्पाइट ऑफ द फैक्ट दैट इट्स नंबर इज 6,000, इट इज क्रिटिकली इंडेंजर्ड। वेरस अगर उल्टा हुआ होता कि इट्स पॉपुलेशन वाज 100, इट हैज इंक्रीज्ड टू 6,000, then on population criteria it would not have been, on population reduction criteria abhi it is critically endangered on the population reduction criteria. If your population has reduced by more than 90%, then you are critically endangered, it is critically endangered for that reason. So in 1960s its population was around 1 lakh, which reduced to around 2,300 by 1990s, but since then due to intense protection and management efforts its population has increased and currently population is around 6,400. Then rhinos in Asia mein we have already studied about great one horn rhino, we have the Javan rhino and Sumatran rhino. Now ये जो जावन राइनो है, इट्स ओनली फाउंड इन वन कंट्री, विच कंट्री? इंडोनेशिया, जावा इंडोनेशिया में है, एंड ओनली वन नेशनल पार्क, उजुंग कुलोन नेशनल पार्क, इट्स द ओनली प्लेस वेयर इट इज फाउंड। अर्लियर इट वाज आल्सो फाउंड इन वियतनाम, बट वियतनाम का जो लास्ट जावन राइनो है इट डाइड इन 2011। उससे पहले इट वाज फाउंड इन इंडिया आल्सो, म्यांमार आल्सो, बट वहां से हर जगह से इट हैज बिकम एक्सटिंक्ट। Only one national park is where the Javan rhino is found. Now its population as per IUCN is 76, but जो अभी report आई है ना, it says that actually the population may have reduced to 50 because in Uzung National Park 26 rhinos were poached between 2019 and 2023. अब देखो ये 76 rhino थे, उसमें से 26 are being poached. They were arrested, they were sent to jail for a long period, fine, but because we have found evidence of poaching of at least 26 rhinos, the population may have actually gone down to 50. Then we have Sumatran rhino. Javan, Sumatran rhino both are critically endangered. इसका population तो और भी कम है, 34 to 47. It's only found in one country, Indonesia, and it has 4 isolated population and many subpopulations. But इसका only one population is viable, that it has enough number of adult male and female की reproduction may happen and it may grow. What is the reason for its population reduction? One reason is habitat destruction. We are destroying the rainforest, we are destroying the grasslands, which are creating problem. But this particular species, Sumatran rhino, also faces issue because of isolation. Why isolation is a problem? Is the females of the species can develop cysts and fibroids in their reproductive tract if they go too long without mating. Females of this species particularly need to mate regularly. If they don't, they will develop these complications. And thus, as their population is reducing, as they are becoming isolated, chances of mating is reducing, chances of extinction is increasing. One beacon of hope is the breeding program that is run by Indonesian government. Some new children have been born and they are being introduced in wild, and all those kind of things are happening, but its number is pretty. So all the rhino species, all the 5 rhino species, white, black, 3 critically endangered थे, ब्लैक, जावन, सुमत्रा. व्हाइट नियर थ्रेटेंड है और इंडियन वन हॉर्न राइनो वल्नरेबल है ना. अब वी डू नॉट हैव टू रिमेंबर द एग्जैक्ट नंबर्स फॉर एनी ऑफ देम, बट अंडरस्टैंड, सपोज ये स्टेटमेंट आ जाए, इंडिया, स्टेटमेंट 1, इंडिया हैज डन वेरी वेल इन reviving the population of one horn rhino, true, one-horned rhino today has the highest population among any rhino species. Wrong. It doesn't even have second highest. है ना? ब्लैक और व्हाइट दोनों की पॉपुलेशन, एक की 17,000 है, दूसरे की 6,000 है. तो अभी ना on the Rhino Day, World Rhino Day, which was held on 22nd September, PIB पे एक रिपोर्ट आया था. PIB had published a detailed article about rhino situation and all, and there they had regularly said कि India has more than 90% of the rhino population. They should have specifically mentioned India has more than 90% of one-horned rhino population, right? Because rhino population though is 28,000. We are specifically talking about this species, one-horned rhino. Got it? June 2024 में there was one more news. In order to protect rhino species, scientists in Africa are doing something. जो rhino horn है ना, उसमें they are introducing radioactive material. They're calling it the project Rhizotope. Rhino में radioactive material डालना, Rhizotope. तो South African scientists make rhino horns radioactive to curb poaching. इससे क्या होगा? One, when you will be carrying this horn, you'll kill the rhino and carry this horn across the border, it will be detected. Radioactive material है उसमें. दूसरा, if you crush this horn and consume it, it will be poisonous. Its radioactivity is not that high कि it will be harmful from the perspective of it being radioactive. जैसे very small amount of uranium is there in our water also. But if you get exposed to large amount of uranium, आपको radioactivity की वजह से problem हो जाएगी. But small amount of uranium is not problematic, but it is poisonous. If that uranium increases, it may become poisonous. In the same way, this radioactive material, if it increases, it may become radioactively dangerous, but right now, it will serve two purposes. One, it will make the horn's consumption poisonous, thus not fit for humans to eat. Its demand will reduce. Dusra, when this horn will be transported, when will be moved from the border, from one part of the country to another, and there are on borders we have these detectors which detects radioactive material. It will be easily detectable. So this project is called Rhizotope project, pilot project. This initially around 20 rhinos will be introduced. This is two tiny little radioactive chips have been introduced in the horn. The dose is so low that the radiation will not affect the animal health or environment, but it will make horn unsuitable for consumption, and it will set off alarm on borders when you make it go across. Got it?